So we've got the new starter motor which goes into the sandwich plate, which is already on the back there. So yeah, right now we're just changing over the spark plug leads. I wasn't overly impressed with the spark plug leads that came on the engine when it was built. We've ordered a set of MSD conductor spark plugs, or spark plug leads, which come as just a certain length. They're a bit of a mess at the moment. I did have them all laid out. And then you just, yeah, you put them together, cut them and put them together. So we're going to do that this morning before we drop the engine in. I've also got the larger diameter extractor gaskets, which is great because I was really dreading trying to put these on with how close the strut towers are to the engine. So means we can put everything on, drop the motor in, put the gearbox on, put the radiator in. It's going to be a good day. Okay, so we're inside the car now. I've had it all stripped out and we've put like seam seal all the way through everything, and I've painted it in this black, which is yeah, just a bit of rust proofing, but luckily there was not much rust in here. There's a little bit over under the driver's foot area. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to sound deaden the whole car, so the whole thing back from the wheel arches, which are underneath this. So I've undone this trim here, which has already been painted and put back on. I'm going to pull it back off. Okay, so underneath it is your wheel arches, and that's where you really want to put the sound deadener. If you can get sound deadener on your wheel arches, that's where all the sound comes up through. And also here where the diff is, here where the tail shaft is, they're your main areas where you're going to get the sound from. Okay, so now that's out, we've got our two types of sound deadener. So this is just the thin adhesive stuff that I'm going to put all over the floor, but underneath it on the wheel arches is where we're going to use their new acoustic liner. Okay, so I'm about halfway through fitting the sound deadener to the Mustang, and it's come up so awesome. This stuff is super easy to use. I've started with the stage 1 sound deadener at the front, which is just like a, oh, I'll reach over and grab a bit. It's just like a thin sort of heavy silicon, almost like a paper, like a A3 sheet of Sikaflex, I guess it is. guess if you want to get real sort of over the top or OCD with how you're laying this stuff down, if you actually look at the logos they put on it, there's one facing this way and then another one the opposing way. You can sort of work out where they need to be by lining them up. So in some areas you don't have to do it, there's just no need for it, but in other areas, if you need to get your lengths and everything right, you can sort of just use the corner of the logos and line up the logos with this sheet, and then you know you're going to get it dead straight. So that took a lot longer than what I thought, but it's all done. So just got to do the firewall, which I'll do now, but the whole stage 1, I guess they call it, is all in and done. You definitely need a roller. Don't do it without a roller. It would, yes, hands would be super sore. So halfway up the tunnel where it starts to get noisy, I've put the acoustic liner, and then I've wrapped the whole diff in acoustic liner as well, where the diff goes, and then the two rear wheel arches. Other than that, it's just done in this stage 1 sound deadener, and it's come up awesome.